Hey y'all, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Mo, and in today's video I'm gonna be looking at 1-star reviews of books that I really enjoyed or I loved. Disclaimer, I am in an elevated state of mind right now, so that might impact how I review, like how I react. Like I might not even trip about somebody shitting on my favorite book, so warning now. Okay, In the Dream House is one of my recent faves. Let's see, giving this book 1 star is crazy, by the way. BT dub. Let's see. Ooh, I'm not trying to read all this. This person said, I don't get it. I've decided to abandon this book 70% in. I just cannot with this experimental, fragmented, disjointed, non-linear, heavily footnoted, second person, often incoherent style of writing. So you didn't read the book all the way and you gave it 1 star? This is someone's life experience. There's no formula. Like, how the fuck you gonna say how somebody told their story? But I feel like with memoirs, you should like judge based off of how maybe that person made you feel, I guess, or like how that person is telling. I don't know, never mind. I just was contradicting my point. I don't feel like you should, I don't know what you should judge it off of. Shit, okay, guess we both ain't shit. Okay, you didn't like it, but like to comment and rate something that you didn't even finish, very sick. Oh my god, these are too long. Who is reading these? This person said, I was very excited to read this book, but I walked away from it incredibly disappointed. The author spends a lot of time referencing other books, movies, music videos, etc., talking about those instead of talking about her own story the way a memoir should. Again, how a memoir should is silly work because it's a memoir. Everyone's not going to have the same experiences in life, and everyone's not going to have the same perspective. In addition, the dream house motif at the beginning of almost every page was played out by page 10, especially since only about 5% of the book actually took place in the so-called dream house. Just because you don't understand something doesn't mean it has to be this, like, this is so harsh. Like, okay, if you're so done with it, don't read it. And like, I'm really hypocritical right now because sometimes I'll just force myself to get through a book, but I don't give books 1 stars for real. Like, I have to really hate a book. And like, to say In the Dream House you hated is crazy to me. Like, did we read the same book? And I'm not even a memoir girly, so maybe these are people that like have read so many memoirs and they're just like, this is just not a memoir. But even then, like, everybody is not the same. Our brains work differently, and that's okay. That's okay. Oh my god. Like, I kind of liked the whole thing at the beginning of each chapter, like Dream House as. There was a theme to it. Like, it was constant. I liked the stability of it all. I think this book was art. Like, I'm not even like an art hoe or nothing like that, but this book was art. And for you to be like, what they say? The whole thing didn't even take, not the screen going to sleep while I'm screen recording. I thought that kept it up. I'm moving around. Hold on. I'm moving around. I lost my thought. I'm sorry. If you're looking for a book written by a survivor, this isn't it. This is a book about victimhood. Yeah, I'm not reading the rest of that. You, very disrespectfully. This person said, I made it to 60% and gave up. Is this gonna be a theme for the 1 stars? Is that what 1 star is? Things that you didn't finish? Because how you gonna say you read a book and you didn't even finish it? You didn't read the book. The literary devices the author uses are tiresome. There's no flow to the story, so the empathy and sympathy that I guess she's trying to evoke just doesn't happen. Just say you're a cold, callous, like, you're cold-hearted. Sorry. Like, when you talk day to day, is there a flow to what you have to say? Do you say anything of importance? Okay, that was really shitty. I'm sorry. I'm getting nasty. Ooh, I'm getting nasty. This is not who I am. Okay, this video, I am not a hater. But hating on haters, is that like, does that make you not a, what does it mean, y'all? What does it mean? Okay, this person said, you had really high expectations for this one. You had really high expectations for this one. You've been looking forward to, oh, they're writing it how the book was. Oh. You've been looking forward to reading this book for a while now. You were completely taken aback by the mess that is the writing style. You thought it was just a matter of a few chapters and it'd be better. You were wrong. You were confused as to why this book, a freaking memoir, all caps, is written in second person. You DNF this book at 10%. You are now thinking of chicken ranch pizza. I'm not a necessarily violent person. Okay, it done got too much. I don't know if y'all saw this little fly, but it done got too fucking much. There's plenty of things out here. Back the fuck up off me. Anyway, what was I saying? I'm not a very violent person, but I want to reach through these people's screen and give them a good little shake. If not a shake, a good smack. Hey, okay, that was getting crazy. And then some of these don't even have nothing to say. They just want to star in it just for the fuck of it. A love song for Ricky Wilde. I know people that didn't like magical realism are gonna have a lot to say. Okay, let's see. 1 star, 1 star. Monty, this contains spoilers. Oh, I can't read it. Damn, and he be writing thesis statements. Oh, I'm gonna have to read that on my own time. Oh my god, Monty, This person said, I only finished this so I could complain about it at book club. That was kind of real. Like, we love a shit talker. Sorry. Straight up not good. LMFAO. I don't see nothing funny. DNF'd at 20%. Genuinely just felt like I was reading some Wattpad fanfiction. What is this whole thing about people rating stuff that's DNF'd? Is that normal? Or am I tripping? I don't rate anything I haven't read. It just gets removed from my shelves. And then on Storygraph, I actually DNF it. So I'm just trying to figure out why the mass majority of 1-starers are DNFing it. Is that like the book etiquette? Like, is it something I don't know? Please tell me so I can be put up on game, because I don't know anything about that. I don't know nothing about that. Okay, DNF. Book was very slow and uneventful. I struggled to read as far as I did. I got about 3.5 hours in and couldn't take anymore. I really can't say nothing about that, because after 30% is when I really get into a book, and that's kind of a long time to get into a book. I don't remember how many pages this is. I'm gonna put it on the screen maybe. I think it was 300 something. We'll see. I mean, hey, valid. It was a little slow. People need to stop hyping books that are not to be hype. This book was a struggle to read and boring as hell. ... Waste of money. DNF. I just couldn't do it. Romance my ass. This was so sassy. This is so sassy. People need to stop hyping books that are not to be hyped. I mean, you could say that, but also as someone that like be reading books because other people hype stuff up sometimes, that's on you, babe. You gotta have some discernment. You gotta pick the books you want to read. You can't be basing off everything off of what other people do. Do you do that in every aspect of your life? I would hope not. I assume that'd be miserable. Okay, so this next one, I didn't plan on talking about none of these, to be honest. I'm just going with the flow, the vibes. But Wash Day Diaries by Jamila Rouser and Robin Smith. I didn't think I was gonna talk about this, because I'm like, this is like such an embodiment of Black girl culture. So I just feel like, who would have a problem with this? This person and their avatar bio picture PFP. Ooh, they don't look Black to me. Wasn't my cup of tea. What was the point of all the nudity and how they conveyed a message? Maybe I wasn't the right audience. I'm glad you could accept that, because you weren't. Just to be frank, I'm not saying if you're not Black you couldn't read it, but this is for us by us. So what was the point of all the nudity? It's a Wash Day Diaries. I know some people do wash their hair in the tub or in the sink where they're like not naked, but I personally wash my hair in the shower, and I had to be nude for that. And like these were grown-ass women, like they were dating. I don't remember if there was any talk about sex. I don't remember. But I mean, like, they're grown as shit. Like, this gave like kind of like, it could be Insecure's little sister by Issa Rae. I was about to say, what's the lady's name? Like, I don't know. Like, she is that girl. Sorry, don't know what I was saying. Move around. I love Issa Rae, by the way. Rating 1 star. Age 18 and up. Genre graphic novels, Black culture. Content partial nudity, sexual content and references, drug use. Language liberal cursing. Recommend not for me. Finished no. Why didn't you start with that? Okay, because how you gonna talk about all these things that are in it and you didn't even finish it? Ooh, I think that's what is that? It's black. It looks like a wasp, but it's black. Ooh, babe, please don't come over here. No, I might have to take this inside, y'all. Every time I film in the backyard, it's something, right? Okay, let me finish this review. Obviously, I'm not the target audience for this graphic novel. Why did I say that like that? But as an avid reader, I'm gonna let you finish. Cause flying over my backyard while I'm filming a video is crazy work. Okay. Oh, there's more. Oh, it's getting closer. That bug. Maybe it'll leave me alone, child. Okay, obviously I'm not the target audience for this graphic novel. But as an avid reader, a graphic novel enthusiast, and someone who has been obsessed with all things curly hair for years, I guess I was just curious. Unfortunately, it didn't live up to my personal expectations. I felt that the partial nudity and language were unnecessary, and the short stories themselves weren't worth putting up with the inappropriate content. So I didn't finish it. It just doesn't fit in line with my taste, beliefs, or culture, and that's just the honest truth. Please kindly get the f out, because what do you mean? You didn't even finish it. Why are you on here? If Black sisterhood is representative of what's in these pages, then I want none of it. What a poor example of the way women of color are viewed. Hashtag disappointed. Question first, are you Black? 2, it says if Black sisterhood is what is representative of what's in these pages, then I don't want none of it. So that's insane that you don't know what Black sisterhood is and you're not in it, right? Because what Black sisterhood means for you could be different than what it means for this group of people. But also, it sounds like you hating outside the club, and I hate to reference that man. But if you know, you know. Oh, this is long. No, this is a hard pass for me. Trigger warning: mentions of police brutality, racism, mental health stigma. Before y'all come out with the pitchforks, I believe I am a, oh, my bad. Before y'all come out with the pitchforks, I myself am a black female. That word female. And it's my opinion, therefore it is valid. I don't know, maybe my opinion and views are different from the majority, but I have so many complaints regarding this book. I added it to my TBR not long ago, hoping for some nice, positive, black, brown, female rap in graphic novels, because let's be honest, when did we ever get that? Boy, was I wrong. First of all, Watch the Diaries literally reads like one of those books written by a wokie. I've never heard of that. Who has little to no understanding of how the younger generation speaks or talks. Like, how are we gonna go pro-feminism and then say antidepressants are bad and harmful in the same book? Black community do better. It's embarrassing. Side note, I don't believe in black sisterhood as an autistic black female. What's this whole thing about black sisterhood? Like, y'all don't have black sisters? And I don't mean like blood sisters. Like, y'all don't have sisters? I feel bad for y'all. It seems like a lot of y'all really do not have a good experience with black sisterhood, and I really hope that you one day find that. On some real shit, I'm not even joking. People in the black community will do anything to ostracize or shun anyone who seems different, so I don't agree with that. Damn, this is kind of like that whole, like, it gives the same vibes of those, like, anime nerds that were like, did not love us back in the day, like, now they f with anime, but they didn't f with us then. That wasn't my experience, personally. I just feel like I had to find the people that I meshed with. And sometimes that's just finding other people that are black and autistic. Ooh, this is so long. I've never felt anything from black females my age other than sheer rejection. Any black person who's different, though, like my closest friend, I prefer black siblinghood. Okay, but back to wokies. This book aggravated me with all the subtle agendas it tries to push. But I digress. I kind of don't want to read this anymore. Like, this is a lot. Yeah, I'm not reading this. Hoe phases. Last but not least, we have this one character, Keisha. I don't even care at this point, but like, what the actual hell? This one character has a good guy named Daniel who's actually into her, and then at some art museum, she ends up meeting this super popular supermodel from a Dolce & Gabbana advert. Thing is, the good guy Daniel mentions how he wants to be with her and all that way before. Then Lakeisha meets the model and somehow hooks up with him, etc. She then goes on to brag about it to her friends and ditch both of the guys subsequently afterwards. You use some big words. Boasting about it's still my hoe phase. I haven't even peaked yet. Let's be BFFR for a second. Be f***ing for real. What if that were the other way around? There would be mad problems, right? But the thing is, it's not the other way around, right? It's wrong on both ends, but I hate how this Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, WAP feminism.
My wife? You talking about my wife? Inside my house that I paid for?
Of using a man is promoted in the black community when it just harms a black woman and robs her of her true beauty. Some things you just have to laugh at. This type of feminism does not even teach. Oh, wait. I know for sure women in Africa don't do this mess. Are you a woman in Africa? And is every woman in Africa's experience the same? The people in the motherland for real. This is very icky. The people in the motherland for real look down on African American women because of their stupidity. I'm trying to figure out where you land in this. And this is very much like black diaspora wars, and I really don't condone that. I really don't. This type of feminism does not even teach black women and black girls how to appreciate their bodies, and they end up giving their gifts to everybody. It's disgusting. Feminism does not mean, oh, I'm just opening my body up to anybody. It doesn't also mean prudy culture and like being like, oh, I could never pleasure my pearls. I just said pleasure my curls. LOL. Girl. But this was not trying to teach black women and black girls how to appreciate their bodies. And like, you sound dumb. Like, you're one of those people that are just like, oh, she's a hoe, slut shaming. Like, you're very weird. Like, what someone else does with their body is really none of your business. And if that's what people want to teach black women and girls, like, what does that have to do with you? You don't even want to be in a sisterhood. And then they end up giving their gifts to everybody. Their gifts. So you're someone that puts a lot of like of a woman's value in her body. You can feel however you want to feel about casual sex and like hookup culture. There is like pros and cons to a lot of that. I feel like I like how it's like sexual liberating for some people, brings some people some kind of like self-esteem, like high self-esteem. I do like that. I mean, what one black woman does not really have anything to do with you. That's just me at the end of the day. I think you're a miserable person, and I wish you could find some happiness in your life, because it seems like there's not a lot. Hey y'all, we're back from intermission. Sorry, there's bugs really flying around right now, and I'm trying to figure out who they are and what kind of business they have to carry out here. A lot of people have a lot of things to say about this book, and I really loved it, so we will see. Only for the Week by Natasha Bishop. No desire whatsoever to continue this TikTok shit. DNF 11%. TikTok shit. DNF 11%. So boring and tired. Review in progress. Can finally breathe a sigh of relief because this book is over. They should give this book to death row inmates to torture them. Oh, it's gotten catty. Rome has no flaws. That is it. That's why this book is so unrealistic to me. The author made Rome good looking, rich, and nice, and he wasn't three-dimensional. We didn't know about him outside of his love for Janelle or the money he had. What makes you tick, Rome? What do you like or don't like? Why were you even initially attracted to Janelle that you liked her so much you avoided her so much? I think for the reader being me, I couldn't understand who actually Rome was because he wasn't vulnerable, and that's why this book fell short for me. To have a perfect character in a book will make any book boring because all humans are layered, and that's why I gave Barbie Dreamland and not actually a realistic fiction. This book is too insta-love. I hate when they sleep together too soon. Fake chemistry. I'm just shrugging. That's all I got for this one. Nobody has called me Jay before. It's not that creative of a nickname. Maybe no one has called you that because it's a bad nickname. How about that? Ooh, you're just grasping at straws. There's nothing more than I hate than a man analyzing a woman. Like when they go, you always do things for others and not yourself. And it doesn't feel like a comforting statement, but nagging. A book that does this well is Love Hypothetically? Love Hypothesis? Ellie Hazelwood? I don't remember that. I read that like last year or 2 years ago. I think I gave it like 3 stars or 3.5. I don't really care about that one. And I can't really remember what this is referencing, to be honest. So we'll move past that. If you agree, please let me know in the comments. I feel like, this is a long one, I'm reading it though. I feel like Rome feels like he wanted to make her like herself so he could own her self-esteem and be like, I got her to the point where she could stand up to her mom and sister instead of giving her the support and space to empower her to set those boundaries. Very long sentence. That was tiring. First. Second, I didn't get that vibe, but also I do agree that Rome was a little too perfect, but I mean, Janelle's family wasn't like, she had enough business, she had enough stuff going on. Like, the book was not boring to me. Like, I feel like there was plenty of things to like, if you don't like spice, that could have been a really big problem, because it was, mine is going way too fast in my mouth right now. Slow down. It was too perfect, but like, I don't think it was that big of a deal. And like, I didn't feel like he was trying to own her self-esteem. Like, I feel like this was a reach, to be honest. I personally don't like men. I hate majority of men. I'm sorry, I'm generalizing. I know everyone's not. It's a shoe fit type shit. It's a shoe fit. I don't like a lot of men for a lot of different reasons. But this is like very like, not he man, woman hater, but like the opposite. Like very like, you hate men. And like, I'm not mad at it. But like, I didn't get that feeling from him. I didn't feel like he seemed entitled to anything. Like, I feel like he wanted to make her happy and the best of herself. And that's like kind of what I feel like a lot of relationships should have, a lot of pouring into each other, even when you don't even realize that you're pouring into someone sometimes. So I don't think it's like an act, you know. I don't know what I'm saying, you know. I know what I'm saying, but I don't know what I'm saying, like how to say it. You are in Tulum for 2 weeks. Why can't you be swept up in the moment? JO22 in a club in Tulum. I don't know who that is, babe. But people request songs all the time to DJs. Things are not just like, and also people listen to things internationally. And also a lot of places are for tourists. So if you ever hear something and you're in a different place or area, they're probably trying to acclimate to what you like so you can keep spending money. Especially if their economy is based off of tourism. So I don't get it. I don't know what that means, honestly. For me, the writing altogether is just bad. Whoa now. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. And our next book is The Magic Fish by Trung Le Nguyen. This person said, there was no magic fish and the only fish in the book got eaten. Y'all are just so literal around here. Like, it's a tough crowd for real. The next person said, let me just say the art was beautiful. I agree. The main characters are kids, elementary school kids, and I know kids don't talk like that. You know, every kid in the world. Conversations they held were too mature for them. It would make sense if they were teenagers or even better, adults. Some adults are still looking to know themselves as well. I don't think kids questioning their sexuality is the main problem at their age. They don't even understand what sexual preferences is. Ooh, I'm not reading the rest of that. And people don't say that about straight kids. People never say, they don't know what sex is, they don't know what they like, but then they have t-shirts that say like stud muffin, or like your daughter's worst nightmare, or they're watching Disney where they're making out. I knew what I liked when I was like 5 or 6. I was playing house. Bruh, why were there so many fairy tales in there? Question mark, question mark, question mark. I got bored so fast. Plus the main story didn't impact me like at all because there was so little page time devoted to it. This is how they're telling their story. This is how they're connecting to their mother. Love the fairy tale. Damn, that was taking me out. Love the fairy tales art style. Cared most for the parents' backstory and skipped the young boy's point of view most of the time. It's the way he's almost like the narrator the whole time, so skipping his part is crazy for you rating this. I would say you didn't read it. My rating mostly reflects my respect for the time and dedication this book has gone through to turn out as well as it did. But you give it 1 star? How was there any respect put in that? This is the lowest you can rate the book. Ooh, You are very shady. The next book is Real by Candy Ryan. This was the only book I brought on a 7-day cruise. Throwing myself overboard was a more appealing option, and honestly, should have went with that route. Ooh. Okay, now it's getting flyy. What are you doing? This person, I think I need to screenshot this. I think you need to be on the thumbnail. Yeah, I wish you could explain more why you felt like that, but kind of ate that up. And I feel like kids should watch that. I don't know how old. Oh, is that a yellow jacket? I need to go. Hey, if you know me how I think you know me, just from watching the videos, you know I'm not finishing this video outside. No, if I'm pissed off by a fly, you think I'm gonna stand by and let a yellow jacket get near me? Mind you, it was like a foot away from me. I don't think I'm gonna read Grown anymore. I just think it's just, I don't know. I keep picking these books that are like super controversial, and I'm getting mad because I shouldn't be getting mad, but I think some things are just common sense. Like, I know everyone's not gonna agree on a lot of different things. I just know that. But some things I'm just like, is that just not common human decency? Okay, y'all. Last but certainly not least. All right, this is The Secret Lives of Church Ladies by Disha Philia. There are plenty of other reviews on here which rave about this, but as a believer in old-fashioned things like fidelity and faithfulness, I think I am not the target reader for this collection of ultimately really rather repetitive and anti-church short stories about unfaithfulness, adultery, betrayal, and so on. Yeah, well, it's like I can't be like, oh, you took it too personal when I'm taking things personal, because you have to take some things personal. It's just, you know, it's what you gotta do. You're a person. Like, it's in the name. But I don't think it was anti-church. Like, maybe some of it, but like, I'm also biased because I am anti-church. Yeah. Only because I was raised in the church and I don't have like a lot of really positive feelings towards the church. I don't even think I really have the most traumatic or like extra experience. Really, I just grew up Baptist and like forced to go to church and like forced to be like a member of society in a member of the church, you know, like it was very interactive. Like, I grew up in a small church and I had to be in like choir, I had to do like praise dances and Easter speeches, and I had to dress up in dresses. I hated dressing like in dresses. Now I'm older, I'm more comfortable, but I hated it. The whole prim and proper shit, and I'm not like it. I think if you do go to a church, it should be something that's open, like come as you are type shit, because that's how Jesus is portrayed. Not to get, you know, whatever. That's how I was taught that Jesus is, or God, that he's very welcoming. Like, he literally was hanging out with the prostitutes and drug addicts, and you know what I mean? Like, he was on the streets with it in the field. So for the church to be like not that and not being godlike is kind of like, you know? And this is their experiences. Like, that's how they were shown. And yeah, I don't really promote adultery, but it's not like it don't happen, especially in a church. So yeah, I'm tired of it. I don't want to keep talking about that. It drained me. Today drained me. Let's see what this one says. Oh, this is about the church. DNF after 4 stories. This was not what I expected at all. This book should have been called The Sex Lives of Church Ladies based on the first 4 stories I read. I was disappointed that it was full of tired stereotypes about black people. Gratuitous sex, sorry men, so-called Christians, and a host of others I don't even care to mention. Are those stereotypes of black people? Gratuitous sex? I thought everyone had sex. And maybe I need to look up on the word gratuitous, because I've heard of it before, but let's look at the definition. Hold on. Gratuitous means uncalled for, lacking good reason, unwarranted, or given or done free of charge. Okay, so I always think greedy. So free of charge, okay. Uncalled for. Uncalled for sex? You act like people in the church ain't f***ing. And that's the thing. That's the problem. That's the problem. A lot of things are not communicated. A lot of people feel like sex should be frowned upon and talked about in the church, and that's again a traditional value that I don't hold, because I feel like not teaching somebody something is not going to avoid them from doing it. I know some people feel like sex should only be in a union, in a marriage, but that's just not everybody's story. That's not the case. Like, you're really limiting people's experiences if you only feel like that should be the case. And then so-called Christians, there's no one size fits all Christianity. I'm not caping for the Christians, but nobody's perfect. And a lot of people that are really religious that I know definitely ain't perfect. So I hope that's not what you're aiming for. Like, that Christians are just like these people that are just like so above what other people go through. That's what it kind of reads as. If you got this far, do a black heart emoji for me. in the comments. It felt like I was reading about the life of one character at different stages of her life because the voice and themes were so similar in each short story to the point where I felt like I was reading a person's journal. Not one who was very reflective, but who just wants to capture their experiences in detail. This author can tell stories, but there was nothing special about the language being used. I'm glad this book found an enthusiastic audience, but just wasn't for me. Next person said, I have no idea why other people are giving this book so many stars. In my opinion, the only good thing about it was that it was short. Surely there are more issues facing Black church ladies and sex. I'm tired. Many of the short stories need to be developed more. Some seem to end too abruptly. I read this for a book club and I'm delighted to be getting rid of it now. They're short stories. Many of the short stories need to be developed more. Also, the only good thing was that it was too short, so which one is it, babe? Some seem to end too abruptly. I don't know, the way you just said sex, it just sounded so black and white, but there's just so many nuances and like gray areas about things, I feel like. And I think because there's not a lot of stories like this, it was important. Not that interesting. This is not what I expected and not in a good way. I didn't feel like the stories had any substance and were not well developed. All the women had generational trauma upon trauma, all wounded, broken, and lost. I wasn't a fan, but please be your own judge. Okay, y'all, I think I'm done. I don't want to do anymore. This was fun, but also not fun. I do be shit talking, I do be negative, but there's a time and a place. And right now, I'm in a good mood. Again, if y'all got this far, please put a black heart emoji. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Let me know if you do want to see this again, and I'll do it. I will, because I like watching these. I do like watching these. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye. Hey, y'all. If you're still around, welcome to the bloopy section. I have not done bloopies in a little minute, and yeah, I didn't want to put any music right here, so enjoy. Also, y'all, this is so random, but I just broke down the other day and got a Zeus subscription, and I mean like the other day as in like 12 hours ago, and I've already binged almost a whole season of Baddies. I told myself I would never give Zeus or BET Plus my money. And honestly, the Zeus reason was because I was like, I don't want to pay for that, trashy TV. But also on the other hand, I realized I do love trashy TV. I don't watch a lot of TV, but now I do. I really don't like commercials. I have a short attention span and I don't like when things are really slow. So, and also like a lot of my free time, I just like read or I be on TikTok or YouTube. Like I don't really apply movies or TV into like my hobby schedule. It feels like it's like 6 or 7 and like I guess the pool's open, kids are giggling. It's such a summer morning. Like I love this. These vibes right now are immaculate. I just had to let y'all know that. But what was I talking about? Zeus? Oh, and then BET, I was just like, sometimes I just don't like. I really wanted to watch Sisters, but Tyler Perry get on my nerves so fucking bad. So fucking bad. But then I found out that King Bash or whatever from Vine, he's one of the co-founders of Zeus and D-Storm Power. I don't really have a problem with the latter person, but the other one, I'm like, he's just so like, I don't want to say shucking and jiving, but he really gives off that vibe to me, and I never thought he was funny. So I'm kind of like being a hater right now. But they are getting my money. I thought it was going to be like 10 or 15 like a lot of these other streaming services, but it's 6. It's like I spent my money on worse, and I'm still supporting black people at the end of the day. Even though we can talk about black billionaires a different day. I mean, not on this channel. Well, I don't have another channel to talk about it, really. Well, I do, but I don't use that. It's inactive. I don't know. This channel's for books. I've been talking for 3 minutes. It feels like I've been talking for 8. I haven't done a bloopy section in a long time. Some of y'all might want to hear me chat. I don't know. Y'all don't really engage with me a lot. I'm kind of salty about that because like sometimes like my average views, like if a video does well, I'm saying average, like I have math right now, but like the basic amount, like minimum is like 30 views for a video. And like I watch my own videos sometimes just to see how it came out, and like just I like watching myself sometimes. Sorry. Hey, I make videos that I enjoy, and it's me. Like, come on now. I don't know. Like sometimes I do get cringed out and I don't watch certain videos, but I do like watching my videos back, especially the newer ones. Like yeah. What was I saying? Bloopies. Oh, but this channel is about books. Like, do y'all care about what I have to say? Is that what I was talking about? This is not even the video yet. Like anyway, I'm watching Baddies Caribbean. And a new episode comes out today, I found out. I got it last night, so I'm like, I got one extra episode for when I eat tonight, and then the new episode. So I'm lit, literally. So I am screen recording. Sorry about my little assistive touch. I know that gets on some people's nerves, but I live for this little bitch. Okay, that was dramatic. I don't. Oh, I'm still screen recording. Oh, get out of my business. Get out of my business. I can only show y'all what I want y'all to see. What am I talking about? Get out of my business. Girl, you are silly. Okay, let me find. This one said, yuck. First scene was gross, so didn't bother. Oh, they don't like spice. Yeah, it does open up on a sex scene. Yeah. I'm usually not a prude, but I just need more. Plus, it was just nasty and silly. Nope. It was silly. Yeah. I mean, the whole nature of the book is silly. It's not taking itself seriously in every claim to be. Yeah, it was fun. And if you can have fun, maybe you should have put it down instead of rating it 1 star. This is not a finished book for you. Let's get something. I wonder. Okay. A little. No. I should do books starting. Like, damn, bitch. Can you say correct words? Yep. 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 Ooh, a butterfly. So precious. Still don't get in my face. Yeah, live, laugh, love. Damn. What was I saying? Driving? Oklahoma? I'm gonna have to watch that back. What was I saying? Watched it back. Audiobooks. Okay, so yeah, it probably did really ruin your experience. I'm not someone that could just listen to an audiobook. Oh, I'd be driving, I'd be having road rage and stuff and little thoughts, and I'd be talking to myself in my head. Not like, it's whatever what y'all think. I don't care. I'd be talking to myself out loud and in my head. Yeah. People are like, it's only a problem when you respond to yourself. I plead the fifth. I'm not gonna tell y'all shit. But I can't, like, my thoughts move too fast. Like, I can't listen to an audiobook while I'm doing, like, driving either. Because, like, driving sometimes a thing I just, like, autopilot and just talk to myself. I listen to music too, but sometimes it's just, like, you know, when you're in the shower, you just be thinking, like, the car is also my thinking space as well. Yep. Yep. Yeah, I want to see. I think I give that one 5 stars.